The Michael Jackson movie is actually really good. And it's kind of funny because like everybody saw the Rotten Tomato score and is like, why is it so low? And I think I kind of get it, man. If you're looking at it from like a documentary standpoint and you want like every single little event to be perfect, you're gonna be very disappointed, honestly. But in terms of like the actual performance and all the important stuff that went on in Michael Jackson's life, I don't think that they could have done a much better job, to be honest. There's a little bit of stuff here and there where I'm like, why did you show this early or why did you show this late? Or like they just cut out some stuff where I'm like, that's a big part of what Michael Jackson had to do with. I don't understand. So, it's just a phenomenal film, a little bit lackluster of a documentary. I think my favorite part was actually in the beginning because like young Michael, dude, whoever that actor was, the little kid, dude, great, awesome. He really sold it. I got it. And like, oh man, I was damn near like I wouldn't say I was crying, but I felt really, really bad whenever I saw like Joseph Jackson abusing the hell out of him because it's like, bro, like, it's just not right, man. A kid getting beat, that's not right, bro. But, obviously we know Joseph Jackson for being an Olympic level abuser, right? Father. Really funny because I don't really remember if he actually harmed what's his wife's name? Michael Jackson's mother. Oh God, I'm a fake fan. I apologize, and I just watched the movie. Yeah, but like I thought, at some point he was gonna hit her. Maybe that didn't happen in real life. I don't really know. I'm not like the fucking Michael Jackson encyclopedia. I'm just a fan. I like his music. I like the story that, was built upon around him. I say that was built around him. I mean, it's really just him living his life. It's kind of sad. Um, but I mean, it just goes to show, like, I really also like the second half of the movie where they're like really showing you just how much larger than life Michael Jackson actually was. Um, and it just goes to show like how kind he was, like to all of his fans and especially to children. Like the hospital scenes were just phenomenal, bro. You could tell that like they really wanted Michael Jackson to look good, not just in the sense of like, oh, yeah, he made good music, but like he was genuinely a good person. And I think a lot of people already agree that he was. If you still believe that, he touched children, I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe like actually grow a brain or something like that. Stop listening to propaganda. Um, yeah, I can't really say much about the movie other than that it was really good. Because like if I try to view it as a documentary, I'm gonna be upset that they didn't get a lot of things, but they got the important beats. You know what I'm saying? They got the Jackson Five as their kids, performing and everything. I kind of wish they like leaned into like Joseph Jackson's chaotic psychopathy because like their first gig, I'm pretty sure, or at least one of the first ones, was in a strip club. Absolutely wild, huh? They didn't show that in the movie. I was a little bit disappointed at that. Not because I wanted to see, women stripping, although that would have been nice too. But like it just like I said, just to show how like almost psychotic Joe Jackson was to try to get their family out of poverty in Gary, Indiana. So, that's one pet peeve of mine. But like I said, maybe I mentioned it already, maybe I didn't, but Joe Jackson, they really did their best to humanize him. And I'm not saying that as in like we sympathize with him and we understand where he's coming from and like, we're like there, we get it. But like you get where he's coming from, but like he just takes shit way too far. Like I said, a little sociopathic. Is it psychopathic or sociopathic, dude? I don't write fucking dissertations for this shit, bro. I just say what's on my mind. But like I said, man, it really does like ground Joe Jackson as to what he was actually trying to achieve. And unfortunately he actually did achieve that, but he didn't know when to stop. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, whether it's like your actual father or like, somebody that man, because it's kind of rough seeing, Joe Jackson like manipulate Michael in the movie throughout the entire how long is the movie? Like 2.5 hours, something like that. And like, but I will say though, like, it doesn't get to the point where you're like, oh, Joe Jackson like has a point. It's just like you get where he's coming from, but you're like, no, sir, that's not right. Too far. I think what really sold it, maybe it was exaggeration, maybe it wasn't. I wasn't, part of the Jackson family to tell, but like when Michael Jackson was recovering from his, hair getting caught on fire from the Pepsi commercial. Spoilers, if you don't know that, I'm sorry, you're just not a fan. But anyway, yeah, his first words in the movie were like, "Is he gonna be able to perform again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know exactly what that feels like." Doesn't even actually care about his son, dude. So like, that really hurt. But like, it's such good acting. Whoever I forgot the name of the guy who plays Joe Jackson did a phenomenal job of like actually like I wouldn't like again, I don't want to say humanize him, but you just understand why he's doing the things he does, man. It's not right, but you get it. And another thing is like I don't know, man. They never got to the Neverland Ranch stuff. Like he never even built Neverland Ranch in the movie, and I'm like, that happens. Like, why is he not at Neverland Ranch? Ah, why is he not at Neverland Ranch? And like with Bubbles and like all the other animals and stuff. It's like, yeah, like slight Easter eggs, I guess you could say. But like I said, I didn't have a problem very much with the movie. And there's not really much else to say, dude. If you like Michael Jackson, if you like music, if you like singing, and especially if you like dancing, dude, the dancing in this movie, it makes you truly understand why Michael Jackson was so much bigger than anybody else that has touched a microphone or a stage because the way he's so smooth with it, and I'm talking about Jafar Jackson. I understand nobody's gonna actually compare to the real Michael, but even the backup dancers, dude, they were like locked in, bro. They were fucking good, bro. It's like it genuinely like I used to dance a little bit here and there, but like I never wanted to actually dance more and like do a choreographed dance than when I was watching, specifically when they got to the Thriller part. That was incredible. I think the bad, no, not bad. Want to be starting something. There you go. When Michael Jackson invited, I want to say it was the Bloods and Crips together to teach him dancing or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what they did. They kind of like lost over that. They actually didn't even say much. It was just like he was watching the TV, a news story about the Bloods and Crips, and then boom, all of a sudden we see like a couple of red bandanas and blue bandanas. That's it. They didn't even bother explaining it. But I mean, it is what it is. Can't really complain too much. The movie was really enjoyable. The performances were phenomenal. At some point, I was like, damn, man, this is Michael Jackson, bro. Like, actually, I'm not saying like Jafar Jackson looks 1 to 1, but like you can tell he embodied that role so good. I could feel the tension every time he was like near Joe Jackson. And I can feel the performance whenever, well, he was singing or dancing, dude. It's really damn good. The fucking actors were really, really holding it down, man. I think, like I said, structurally, and I understand that they had to cut a lot of parts out because of, legalities and stuff like that. Because, Janet Jackson, Latoya, they didn't necessarily like a lot of the stuff that was going to be in the actual film. And as much as, like, I want a part two because, like, I know there's more to cover, I don't actually want to see a part two, bro. Because, like, we got the important parts that we need to see aside from, like, the second half. But the second half of Michael Jackson's life is really a hard thing to talk about. And, I wouldn't really personally want to see Michael be slandered on a movie screen, even if we're trying to like show that he didn't actually do anything. It just, it gets really messy. And I just don't think that we should get another Michael Jackson movie. But I am a little bit upset that we didn't get more like of his like future albums like Dangerous, bro. Still arguably one of his best albums. I know Thriller, I know Off the Wall and Bad are like really good, his top 3 albums, but dude, Dangerous. People still sleep on Dangerous, man. I mean, it's got one of the most catchiest songs, Remember the Time, bro. You can't tell me you're never every time you hear somebody say, "Do you remember?" the fucking line pops up in your head. You know it, bro. Do you remember? Funny because like Earth, Wind, and Fire did the same thing, but it's okay, man. You don't think of Earth, Wind, and Fire. You might. I mean, uh, we're getting off topic, bro. The point is, watch the movie if you really like Michael Jackson. If you care about like accuracy, maybe don't watch the movie or just turn your brain off and just be like, this is a story about the major beats that happen. They're a little bit out of order. That really grinds my gears a little bit. But if we're looking at purely for a movie perspective, damn good. Damn good. Really recommend. I'd say a 9 out of 10. The actors really hold it down. It's Michael Jackson's soundtrack. So like obviously the whole so all the songs in the movie are really good as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Leave a like, comment if you actually saw Michael. If you haven't, go watch it. That's it. Take it easy and stay sleazy.